what was the best advice you ever received starting out on your herbal path? And that one's easy for me because I remind my students of this often, remind myself of this often. But early on, when I started as an herbalist, I was very lucky to have amazing teachers. And I was really encouraged to trust my intuition and to follow my intuition, especially when I was a young herbalist. I was just starting to study and getting through my clinical training and seeing clients. One of my teachers said that when you're sitting with a client or you're sitting with a person and you're helping them with herbal medicine and a plant pops into your head, even if it doesn't fit the scenario or seem to fit the situation, write it down. And at very least, write it down and later on look it up or see if you can find a way for this to make sense. And so I started doing that, and I noticed that a lot of plants that popped into my head, I didn't know well, but they actually fit the person's situation really well. I also eventually got to a place where when this would happen and a plant would pop into my head, I would just ask the client or the person sitting in front of me and say, hey, what does sunflower represent to you? Because ever since you came in the door, I keep thinking about sunflowers. And they would, this one time, the first time that it was like really solidified for me, my client told me that they had a very significant relationship with sunflowers, even though they were there for reproductive health. And their father used to plant sunflowers with them, and their father had passed away. And around the time that their father had passed away is when their chronic illness set in. And so I knew that their father's death was a part of their equation and a part of their story, and there was still some healing work to do around that particular scenario. So I really, ever since then, truly trust whatever comes up, however the plants show up for me. And I really believe in the plants communicating to me. So best advice I ever received was 100% to trust my intuition.